Today we're taking a look at a one-stop location for a whole lot of engineering materials, including cracked industrial firmware, modified embedded firmware, and aberrant shield pattern analysis. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. That Hope has for a very long time been the one-stop location for most engineering material, and it seems like there's one that's going to give you not all but a lot of the materials you're going to need in terms of data collection for your engineering, and that's what we're going to look at today. But before we head out, we need to make sure we have the proper fittings in place. Luckily it's fairly straightforward. All you need is a Recon limpet controller. I fitted a class 5, you don't need one this high. But if we go in and have a look at them, you can see here that the hacking time for these limpets, so you can always get now that this has something to do with Megaships. The time to actually complete the hack and get the data is 13 seconds. As you go down, the time increases. So the larger you can fit, the better, the shorter the time is going to be. You just need one, and then of course you're going to need some cargo, and don't forget to stock up on limpets before you leave. Once you are fully fitted and ready, you're going to head up here to the Xihe system, Xihe1. Going to make sure to put that in the description down below. You can see it here, nicely located inside the bubble, so it should be fairly easy to get to. Once in system, we're going to head towards Xihe1, first planet. And once we get out towards that, you will begin to see on your navigation panel that there is a Lowell class science vessel, HLD-667. Now, compared to other megaships, this one does not move, and you will see in a minute why that is. But for now, we're going to lock that up as our destination and head in there. Okay, once you drop in, one of two things can happen. You can end up in one of two situations. Either you're going to drop into an instance where there's a lot of rescue ships, like you can see the ones floating around the ship here, trying to save the people that's been ejected from the ship in the escape pods. Because obviously, as you can see, the ship here has been attacked by Thargoids. The other instance that you can end up into is an instance where there's actually a Thargoid in here. Now, luckily these are the Thargoids or the friendly goids that they don't attack you on sight. They will fly over, they will scan you, and if you just keep your distance, they're not going to hurt you. I'll show that a little bit later on. But for now, we're going to make sure we have the ship properly targeted. You can also target it over here from your contacts panel. And we're going to get out our data link scanner and move within 4 kilometers. Data link scanners are on all ships, so no need to fit that at all. Just there by standard. Once we have the megaship scanned, we will see that 2 cargo bays and a data transmitter is now available. Now, the cargo bays, you can also get access to these. You can open them up and hack them open if you want, and get the cargo inside. But we just move over here. I believe I have a manifest scanner somewhere. There we go. And we scan this cargo bay. Often they don't really have anything that's worth your while, so I wouldn't recommend bothering too much with these cargo bays. Let's see what this one has. Some wreckage component, liquid oxygen, water, hydrogen. Sometimes you can find Thargoid material in there, but it's not that common. So in general, I wouldn't bother too much with those cargo bays. But what is a lot more interesting to us is the hackable data transmitter. So if we move a little bit closer to that, we need to move within, is it 350 meters, I believe? And there we go. Within 350 meters, we can now, again, using the same data link scan as before, we can scan the hackable data transmitter. Once that is done, we have to go over to our sub-targets. We need to make sure we have the hackable data transmitter targeted. If I target something else, the sub-target is going to be empty. Make sure you have that targeted. Go to your sub-targets and select the limpet docking point. So target that, and then we're going to go back and we're going to fire off a recon limpet. So apparently it's a good idea to make sure that you moved over to the side of the ship where the point is. Now my limpet just decided to crash itself into the ship. So we're just going to try that again. Fire off another limpet. And now it should fly down and attach itself to that docking point. And there we go. connected. And now it's going to hack. And this is the time if you have a higher quality module, it's going to hack faster. Hack complete. And we can see in this case, we only got cracked industrial firmware only, which is pretty good, I think. But you will often get more than just one material. And you get, of course, for every successful scan, you get 3 units over here in your data storage. So in this case, I would have gotten 3 units of cracked industrial firmware. Here's the easy part. All you have to do now is simply just log out and log back in. I'm recording this in solo mode, so let's log back into solo. And see, once again, we got the instance with the rescue ships. So we're just going to go back. We're going to log the science vessel, scan the science vessel. There we go. Scan the... Now we're out of range. Going to move in a little bit closer then. There we go. Scan the data transmitter. Launch a... Nope, sorry. Go to sub-targets, select the sub-targets, launch a limpet, and then we're going to get another scan. There we go. We got a lot more data this time. Nothing too fancy, but you can get a whole list of data. I'm going to have it scroll over the screen here so you can see it. Quite an extensive list, and it does include both modified embedded, cracked industrial firmware, and aberrant shield pattern analysis. So quite a lot of very useful materials or data. I'm just going to go and hop a few more times just to see if we can't get an instance with a Thargoid in, so I can show you what happens if you get that instance. Oh, I think this one is it. Yeah, here we go. Oh, and it's a big one. Look at that. So you can see he immediately flies over because he's curious. You want to know what the hell, what is that? So he's going to scan us. And once he's done scanning, he'll just fly away and he'll go about his business and do whatever it is he's here to do. See, he pulls in the leaves again, and then he just turns around. Now, if he stops a little bit too close to you, it's a good idea to make sure you move away, because they don't like if you sit too close to them. So I would recommend, if you have a Thargoid in here, keep an eye on them and then move away from them. But there's nothing that prevents you from just go ahead and complete the scan as you were doing before again. If you don't bother him, he will not bother you. We need to move a little bit closer. Gonna move up a bit so we don't go away too close to him again. But yeah, as you can see, pretty straightforward. A little bit more difficult with the Thargoid around, especially if he likes to fly around the same area. See, I got a little bit too close, so now he launched his fighters there, or his small drones, saying basically, "Back off, dude. You're too close." So we're just gonna back off. Now, it can be a little annoying when the Thargoids are around, but normally it's not a big issue. You can see now he's gonna pull in the small Thargoid swarm again and move away. So you need to be a little careful, and can help having a maneuverable ship so you can move away quickly. But in general, it is not it's not that bad. So we managed to hack it, so we can now go to the subsystem, select it again, make sure we move over to the correct side here before we launch, so that the limpet doesn't kill itself. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, remember to give it a like down below, and I would be very happy if you would subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for this time, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.